How do you revise for an objective tone? In this lesson, you will learn to revise for an objective tone by closely analyzing your own word choices. The prompt we're working with is, after reading Up From Slavery, Chapter 1, write a multiple paragraph essay that asserts how Washington's use of rhetoric shows his perception and positioning of audience. Support your position with evidence while considering a counterclaim. We're remembering that the writing process began with reading and closely analyzing a text. We then moved on to generating and planning our response to that text. Step 3 was to draft and revise our own essay. Step 4 is to edit and publish. And right now we're still on the drafting and revising stage. We're also going to remember that tone is a writer's attitude towards his or her subject and towards his or her audience. For something to be objective, it means that it's uninfluenced by personal emotions or prejudices. So, for example, if you have a student saying, "Writing is my favorite thing to do. I wish I could just write all day long." You can even hear the way that I read that. It's a cheerful tone. The person saying or writing those words feels cheerful towards writing and towards whoever's listening to them. Now, if instead the person said, "Some students enjoy writing a great deal," you can see how it's uninfluenced by emotions, by personal opinions, that if. So when you're doing your formal writing in any kind of an academic setting, you're striving for an objective tone. You want to keep it free of your own emotions and your own prejudices. So step 1. Reread text for words that show tone. Step 2. Brainstorm what those words make you feel. Step 3. Eliminate or revise those words to words that provoke less feeling. So I begin here by rereading my text, and I'm going to be looking for words that show tone. So I'm just looking at my first body paragraph here. Washington's use of rhetoric shows that he perceives his black audience as needing reassurance of their dignity and power. When Washington is writing about the poor former slave, oh, I think I spotted one. That word poor there really shows some attitude that I, the writer, feel about the former slaves. So let's keep going. Washington is writing about the poor former slaves' attitudes towards their former arrogant oh, that's another one. So that word arrogant there stands out to me because it's showing, again, my opinion of those masters, former masters. And he describes the former master's treatment of the sons of a former master. Let's see, and then we go on through the quotation. This quotation shows how giving the black people were. They were in a position to help out the poor drunk white man and had the goodness to do it. Now that use of the word poor is all right because he was literally poor. He didn't have much money. I wasn't using it to show my opinion of him. So step 2. Here we brainstorm what those words make you feel. So those words that I picked out, poor and arrogant, I'm going to think to myself, well, poor sounds like deserving pity, like the person who's described as poor is in the right. Whereas arrogant, you're sort of full of yourself, you have a high opinion of yourself, and usually if someone's arrogant, I have a negative connotation, a negative feeling, like they're in the wrong. Step 3 is to eliminate or revise those words to words that provoke less feeling. So I'm just going to take these words out. Sometimes when you're revising for tone, it can be as simple as cutting out the words that have too much feeling. Now there might have been another situation where it was a verb that was showing too much emotion, and so then I really would have revised and picked some other verb that would have gotten across the same message but without the emotional component. So you can see here we just are working now in the drafting and revising stage. We reread the text for words that showed tone. We brainstormed what those words made we feel. And then step 3 was to eliminate or revise those words to find words that provoke less feeling. In this lesson, you have learned to revise for an objective tone by closely analyzing your own word choices.